Hi, I'm Dr. Ken Snyder, the dental director of the St. Vincent de Paul Charity Dental Clinic here in South Phoenix, and welcome to, normally it's the Chronicles of Betty or Betsy's Journal. Well, today you get a 2-for-1. We have both Betty and Betsy here with us, and we have Dr. Betsy Leyva.
Hi.
And we have soon to be, in a few years, Dr. Betty Contreras. And it's interesting that we get to combine this because you both have become such good friends. And had you not both come to St. Vincent de Paul, the chances are very remote you would even know each other.
I know.
And
Yeah.
so I thought what we might do, we might start out by just kind of, because your stories are just so inspirational. I mean, not only to young boys and girls, which that's one of our purposes of having the Chronicles of Betty and Betsy's Journal, to be an inspiration to young boys and girls, that let them know if you dream and go for it, things will happen and you will get there. But also, it's just a heartwarming story how you two have become best friends. Sometimes I even almost feel like you're sisters. It's kind of the relationship you have. Sisters that like each other. we've all known sisters not so good. But anyway, let's start with Betty. Can you tell us just a little bit your journey? I know we covered it in previous episodes, but just remind folks your path to here to St. Vincent de Paul.
St. Vincent de Paul. Well, I got here 20 years ago, and it was thanks to you who gave me the opportunity to work here and hire me without knowing the language. I used to work at Joshi's as a cashier, and then he stopped by, grabbed some food, hired me, and then now I'm here 20 years later.
And in our last episode of Betty's Journal, or excuse me, I'm getting mixed up, the Chronicles of Betty, the Chronicles of Betty, we mentioned how you came across with coyotes. You were only in 5th grade. If you get a chance, go back and view that episode. I mean, it's a heart-wrenching story. And Betsy, can you tell us a little bit about how you ended up here at St. Vincent de Paul?
Well, I came, right out of high school. I graduated from high school. I was not sure what to do, as in a career. So yeah, I just wanted to do hygiene. I was thinking about that, so then I came here, volunteered, and then they couldn't get rid of me. So then,
We still
we still can't. But yeah, so then I started volunteer for like 3 years, and then got hired.
Yeah. Now, Betty, you were already here when Betsy came up the stairs. What was your first impression of Betsy?
She was a baby. No, she was really shy. I don't know what happened to her now. But I just knew that she was good for the team, and I didn't know she was going to work here. We thought she was just volunteering. But I'm glad she became one of us, one of our family, sister from another mother.
Yeah. And Betsy, what was your first impression of Betty?
Oh, better watch out.
Be nice with your older.
Well, I mean, I saw that she, was a hard worker, and that she, whatever, put her to do, she'll do it no matter what.
She wants money.
I know. No, but yeah, I mean, she also, I was a little bit scared of her, nervous, oh, you better watch out what I do. But yeah, no, after you know her, she's a clown.
And so neither of you probably growing up had any idea that you would have a career in dentistry.
Nope.
And so it's kind of interesting how you both came here by chance. And Betty, when did you first, having been here, I know first it was a job, you needed a job and you had a job and whatnot. But when did you first, in fact, you thought you were going to be the janitor here.
Yes, correct.
And when did you first decide, or did a moment strike you where you thought, wow, this is something I really want to do with my life?
I think it took a little bit for me to decide this is what I wanted to do. I mean, as an assistant, it was great. I loved it. I didn't think I could, see myself doing something more because of, my story, 5th grade education, who's going to dream to become a doctor with the background of 5th grade education? No one. So I never thought that could be possible. So I think it took maybe 3 to 4 years for me to start seeing you know what, maybe I can do this. And then you were always so supportive and believing in me. So I'm like, I think I can do this. He thinks I can do it. I can do it.
You probably thought, well, if he could do it, I could do it. Sure, it wasn't like that.
No.
But what was totally, originally I hired you for the front desk because you spoke the language, and I could tell, you worked at Yoshi's drive-thru where we met, and I could tell you had a good personality to put people at ease and so forth. But you were so good in the back with the kids. It was amazing because at the time, you had no children of your own, and yet you were so motherly to those kids. Doing dentistry on children is not the easiest job in the world, but you made my job so easy by just how your approach was, and they just listened to you. I don't know if they thought of you as a mother or a big sister,
no,
or
they were like, if you don't behave, watch when we're done.
Now she listens.
They're like,
yeah. And so at what point? So you came up, to observe, thinking maybe that was something you wanted to find out more, but probably it wasn't really in your heart at that time that, hey, I want to be a dentist. At what point did you first discover that, hey, this is something I want to do?
I think it was like when I started shadowing the D4s, like the 4th year dental students, and then also just seeing obviously like the staff and seeing how the patients were grateful. So then I was like, you know what, I think this is something that I would like to do, just because it's something that you change the patients, like pretty much smile life. But yeah, it was
I think in my case too, it had a lot to do with you.
Yeah, and I was gonna say also with you, Dr. Snyder.
In what way?
I think the
I'm
way
afraid to ask.
you are with the patients and the vision you have, and I don't know, you just make it fun, not stressful, and that's, I'm like, I want to be like you.
And see, I kind of look at it. I used to tease the kids. I used to say, when I grow up, I want to be like you. But I actually felt that way about you two, because you two inspired me so much to do what I do. And you made it fun to come to work every day, and yeah, it was.
You made it fun to come to work every day.
Yeah.
Well, we did have a lot of fun. Yeah. So starting with you, Betsy. Now, you took all your courses at night while working full time. You studied for the dental aptitude test, and it was a long process.
Yeah.
Was there ever a time where you questioned yourself? Is this really worth it? Should I
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, is there one time in particular that you can tell us where maybe you thought, hey, that's...
during I think it was the second time I took it 3 times. That's why I tell
She's
Betty.
talking about the DAT.
The DAT. I took the DAT 3 times.
And for those of you who don't know, that's the entrance exam to get into, or to at least be able to apply for dental school. Yeah.
So that was one of the points where I was like, once I took the second time and I saw that my grades were not that high, because this is not a pass or fail. It's just you have to get a certain amount, like a certain number, to be able to be acceptable, into the school. So after I took the second time, I was like, you know what? Why am I doing this and blah blah blah? But then I also I always had you guys in mind, and Dr. Snyder, and then the same thing as Betty said, Dr. Snyder believed in me. So, and then I know that I wanted something better for myself, for my family, and then I was like, you know what? No, I have to do this. And yeah, the 3rd time I did better. Yeah, and then but there was also another point in when I was in dental school my 1st year, it was hard. Just and I know Betty's going through this too. I took a class 1 at a time, like the prerequisites. So by the time that also I was in dental school, I took biology 6 years ago or something like that.
Yeah.
So when I got there, taking my 1st year, it's all sciences. I remember I was taking an exam. After my exam, I was studying, and then I was like, I don't think this is for me. What am I doing here? This is super hard. And I remember I cried. I did cry.
I remember.
Yeah, and I called her, messaged her, and then but then I was like, you know what? No, this it's not gonna stop me. I'm there, I'm here, so I just have to keep going.
And now look at her.
And now
Yeah.
look at me.
Yeah, and here's the thing of it too. The preparation, and studying for the DAT, it's not something you just get on the bus and go down and take it. I mean, day after day, week after week in the evenings. And
Hours
Betty's
after hours.
going through that right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of preparation. There's like 6 or 7 different subjects, the different questions. Interesting enough, and dental educators will tell you this, how you do on the DAT, and even the first year of dental school where everything is like biochemistry and microbiology and things like that, they pretty much have no relationship whatsoever as to whether you become a good dentist or not. In fact, this girl, out of 140 students in her dental class, she was awarded by the faculty the Golden Hands Award, which means, hey, if I'm getting a filling or a crown or a root canal done, this is who I'm going to. Yeah, I don't care how she did biochemistry. This is who I'm going to. And
Who cares about biochemistry?
and so Betty, for you, and you're doing all this with 2 children, so that's even more of a challenge. Were there times, or can you think of a specific time or two when you just thought, man, is this really worth it?
I think right now. Yeah,
we can edit that part out. No, we won't.
I think right now, I feel, I don't know, I just always think about me, like the background that I have, and I feel like I'm not smart enough. But then I think of what you say all the time, God wouldn't put me in this type of situation if I wasn't strong enough or, be able to handle something like that. So I'll be taking the DAT. If I don't pass it, I'll retake it until I pass it. Because from 5th grade, look where I am now. So, yeah.
And, and I might add, so you went up to do your interview at Midwestern University. And of course, you get through an interview, and there's a process. They bring in students every week and interview groups of them. And when you came back from your interview, and we were all excited how to go, and you had tears in your eyes.
Oh my God.
And we all thought, oh no, and we said, wow, how did it go? We feel obligated to ask you. I was wondering, should I ask her? Should I not? Should I pretend I have to go to the bathroom? I don't know what to do, but I asked you, and you said, I'm in, and I said, no, I'm in the interview. How'd the interview go? And you go, I'm in. And I said, in what? And you said, I'm in, because always, weeks later they send you a letter in the mail, and you don't want to open it up, but you do, and it either says you got in or you are not getting in. And so can you tell us a little bit about that, how that happened?
Yeah, I went to the whole process. I met the other applicants, and then we went to different areas of the school, just they wanted to show us, and then we go ahead and talk to the dean, and then after that, he talks about that, blah blah blah, the school. After we talked to the dean talked to us, and then I heard like they wanted to talk to me, see me at an office. It was at that time Dr. Herring was the clinical dean of Midwestern, and then so I went to meet him, and then he was just talking to me about life and stuff like that, and he just said like, well, congratulations, you had accepted into Midwestern Dental School. And I was like, what? I was like, whoa, what did you say? It's like, yeah. And then we both actually started like, I got so nervous, and we both like started like our eyes got we got teary eyed, and yeah, so then
wow.
I remember I called my dad and my mom, and then came straight to St. Vincent. I remember it was a rainy day, cloudy rainy day.
Yeah, I remember too.
And I came straight to St. Vincent, and I told him like, hey, man, yeah.
And you were up there, and they said you need to go to the office. Did you think you were in trouble already?
I was like, oh, okay.
Be the first one to orientation.
Actually, I thought like Dr. Herring wanted me to like give you a message or something, like tell me something to tell you. I don't know, but I didn't have in mind that I was gonna get the that
Wow.
news. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right
and,
in there.
Yeah, and that is, I mean, that is truly amazing because I found out later you were only the second person at Midwestern University Dental School to be accepted on the spot.
Oh, wow.
You know, so only the number 2.
Third
Is
one.
that the best you can do? We're disappointed in you. No, that's amazing. Now, for Betty, who has already been out to meet the dean and everything, and the dean has informed me and her while we were there that when her application comes in, he wants it to go straight to her desk. You know, and I think a lot of that has to do with Betsy, because you know you come out of there from St. Vincent de Paul, the Golden Hands Award, and they know what kind of product that you know we put out and how good you are. Plus, their dental students come down here, and they and some of their instructors, and they have nothing but good to say. So. All we got to do is get a certain level on that DAT, and you are in. Yeah, and I'll be sitting here all by myself in the corner twiddling my thumbs or something. I don't know.
We're going to be like, ah.
So now you are here 2 days a week, and you're in private practice 3 days a week.
I'm her boss now.
Well, that's true.
Better
Now I have to listen to her.
I'll have to check on the roster. Maybe you're my boss now. I don't know.
I know.
Because they kind of put me out the pasture a little bit here. But wow, what an inspirational story. So what do you see yourself doing 5 years from now?
Well, hopefully, working here and then cheering this girl on, saying, you know, you can do this, don't give up, almost done from graduating from dental school. But yeah, like making this place a better place, fun again. Being here, you know, and then being next to you too, sharing all the knowledge that you have. Yeah.
And Betty,
So,
what do
I'm
you
excited.
see yourself doing 5 years from now?
5 years from now, hopefully graduating from dental school,
That's-
and again, just like Betsy, coming back and working here. You know, not doing what she does and doing what he does. So I'll be her boss. No, just like family, coming back to my family, and just doing what I like to do the most, help people.
So we would have Dr. Contreras and Dr. Leva.
No, that's
Yes.
crazy.
And I guess you could say it would be a pair of docs.
I don't get it.
A pair of docs means kind of like a puzzle or something like that. That's a bad joke.
Okay.
Bad joke. So I think we should cut it. And how many times studying for that do we get, like, you know how you get, like, I call it punchy. I don't know what they call it, but kind of like laugh drunk or something, you know, because
Punchy,
you're so tired and you just start laughing and you don't even know what you're laughing at.
She doesn't know clearly.
But anyway, there you have it. And so this was our first one together. We're going to do future podcasts together. And of course, you'll be able to watch this one and their individual ones on the Chronicles of Betty and Betsy's Journal. And if you would like to join us in our mission here at St. Vincent de Paul, you can see the donation link. You know, if you want to give to the dental clinic and help us with our mission there, giving people, those who have no insurance, men, women, and children, no access to care, giving them back their smile, please designate that. And mention that you heard it on Betsy's Journal or Betty's Chronicles of Betty. Or if you want to donate just to the general fund or a specific area on the donation page that it might have nothing to do with dental, that's fine too. Great organization, helps so many people. Please put a like under our little video here and subscribe if you will. And then also please tell your friends about it, and especially young people, because I think these stories are just so, you know, at my age, I still get inspired every day by you two, and it keeps me going. And so thank you for tuning in, and until next time, be true to your teeth, and they won't be false to you. Bye-bye.